as he felt the wetness of the animal's tongue licking wildly at his hand. Little Claudio looked into the animal's eyes and saw in there the world he knew only too well. A world of rejection, of pain, of emptiness, of knowing that no one cared for him. He was an orphan. His parents had rejected him and given him up to the orphanage, a soulless place where affection was an alien concept and where the aching for warmth of human contact was palpable. Children would sit in corners and rock backwards and forwards incessantly until darkness came and sleep brought a blessed relief. But on that day, they found them. In a yard at the back of the orphanage was a group of dogs, animals abandoned into the forest, unwanted, discarded. Their eyes, children and animals, told the same story. Unwanted, never having experienced affection and closeness with another living creature. The day they found each other, a secret language flowed between them, a silent understanding and the birth of a warm, close friendship. The first time that either had such a warm closeness, such affection, such love. Languid summer days found the children and dogs rejoicing in each other's company, frolicking, playing, and cuddling. Animals and children learned for the first time the meaning of love. But the rulers of this land were blind, and their eyes couldn't see such things. Their darkness was waiting to consume the land. Instead of seeing the love and companionship which can be achieved between people and their animals, instead they hear the barking and tales of aggression, giving little heed to the widespread aggression against the animals who readily learned such a response from their human teachers. They declared war on the homeless animal population, proudly announcing an eradication of all creatures which found themselves on the barren streets. It was such that the animals were taken from the orphanage yard, from the children. Compassion and affection had been torn apart by a darker force, which gave no cognizance to these frailties of human emotions. The dogs would be held in a shelter for 14 days before being killed. The death sentence had been applied. There would soon be no more. Each day the children traveled to the shelter to greet their friends. The animals responded eagerly. They had no idea why they were being separated from their human companions. The children also couldn't understand. Is affection wrong? Compassion wrong? Must I become callous and hard in order to be accepted within this society? Must I change? The days passed, and the final day grew ever closer. Soon the animals would be no more. As the first snows of winter swirled across the town, and above the hustle of Christmas shoppers as they scurried through the streets, above the sounds of Christmas music drifting from the church, came another sound, far, far away, barely audible. Some say it was the sounds of the wings of many angels. Some say it was the voices of compassion and love cascading in from every horizon. A world changed that winter's evening. People changed. Out from the shadows they came. Those with compassion came to take the animals away from an inevitable death. The children couldn't believe their eyes. They thought they'd lost their friends forever. Now they had learned to believe. They had learned to love and care. The children had followed their friends as they passed through the dark shadow of death, only to weep silent tears as they saw him saved by those who cared. New homes were found for the animals. The three children waved an emotional farewell to their friends as they left this place to travel to the lands of love, which are just over the horizon, only a heartbeat away beyond the setting of the sun. A new life from lost hope, far from the pain and darkness. And three friends together discovered something precious that evening, something which had always been hidden from them. They saw unconditional love for the first time, selfless compassion for the weak and outcast of society. This had once been them, all they had ever known. This lesson they would carry in their hearts all the days of their life. They now knew that no one is alone as long as they have in their hearts the mystical power of love for fellow creatures. And in that town, that winter's night, with the snow swirling across the orphanage yard, albeit almost imperceptibly, a country had begun to change. Many years later, the bells rang out across the land to announce the election of a new president, a president who would bring change to his country. Laws of compassion, laws of justice, laws of protection for the weak and abandoned in society. The dank mist of corruption and self-interest were being dissipated under the warmth of this new order, and laughter rang out across the land. And as the president looked with satisfaction out of the window that winter's night, he recalled a time when, as one of three friends, he had learned the lesson which would change his world and forever change his country. And he smiled.